Hey everyone, Mavfather here with Game 3 of my Season 7 playthrough right now. We're going up against the Red Sox, and on their side of things, their pitcher, Mariana Ralph, I think, is boosted with a +3 in batting and a +2 in pitching, which is a little unfortunate for me, and a +1 for Nikki at second base and fielding though, so not too worried about that, but I'll have to look out for Mariana at the bat and while pitching to us. On our side, no major changes. Markey is on a slightly better good day than he usually is. When teammates with Billie Jean, so that might be because of the playing against the Sox bonus, or it might just be a random additional good day or something, but looks like he could be a force to be reckoned with this game with a 10 in batting, and we will need all the help we can get, I think. I have played a few practice games against teams not in the backyard, but just to test my team out at Steel Stadium and tinkered with the lineup some, and I think got it to where I'm happy with it. So Cheryl Reynolds, the Sammy Sosa clone, batting first and playing shortstop for me. Actually, I don't really need. Good call. Alright, so at Steel Stadium, don't really care about center fielder, so I'm going to hide Raphael there and play Cindy at second base instead. She's also batting second. Another 9-speed Whitney in left field, batting third. Davey batting cleanup and serving as both another on-base threat and some power if Cindy and Whitney both get on. And then following him are who have been the two most consistent power hitters for me, really, and Lena and Sean batting 5th and 6th. We have Markey pitching and batting 7th with his nice batting boost. I think I'm going to bat him there anyways, so if he is able to do something after, if Lena and Sean fail me, then that would be a nice bonus, of course. Billie Jean batting close to the end with her permanent bad day, and have her in 8th, and then Raphael batting 9th to kind of serve as a base clearer, hopefully, and then to still have Cheryl, who would be batting next after him at the number 1 spot, in case he fails in his job or just gets on with a single or something. To hopefully end up with him not stuck on the bases, basically. So yeah, I've tinkered with a few different lineups. I think this is where I want to be, at the very least in this stadium, but maybe overall I like these two 9-speeds to, as a pair basically, to both get on base, but for a while I had them like right before Billie Jean or something, and that just ended up with a lot of dead rallies, and kind of the same with Markey, so these are the two that I'm least sure about on offense in general, so if one of them can get on and I'll let Raphael or Cheryl try to hit them in, that's great. If not, well, that's no worse than they already were doing, and less likely to kill off a rally, I think, this way. And definitely got a scary defense with these Red Sox, and we'll see how long Mariana lasts on the mound. I'm going to really try to be patient at the plate. Though he didn't win, I was really impressed by JVA's performance against this team, and how the defense can kind of fall apart after some pitching changes depending on who comes in next, which is somewhat random, but likely to be one of Anna or Chipper, and we will see how that turns out for us, assuming we are able to knock Mariana off, which is not necessarily a given for me, but I will be taking a lot of first pitches, taking even first strikes until I get like one called strike on me before I even consider swinging, and hopefully that will end up wearing down Mariana, and that will lead to some more scoring opportunities. So let's get into the game. As we just went over, we've got Cheryl Reynolds leading off top of the first, and Mariana on the mound for the Red Sox. We are taking that pitch. Thought it might be a ball anyways, but it was just caught the top edge of the strike zone. Pretty similar pitch for strike 2, and now I've really got to be ready to swing at anything. Fouled that one off. I'm somewhat tempted to switch to line drive, but I think she would just end up clogging the bases in that case anyways. So we're going to try to get a power swing going. Nice hit from Cheryl. Leadoff home run to start the game. Right over that lamppost in center field. So that will give us a early 1-run lead, and would love to see more of that from Cheryl. Obviously would rather have runners on base when that happens, but this is kind of a contingency if I bat all the way around the lineup and would get stuck with either multiple runners on base at the end or the slow Raphael on base at the end. And Cindy's job is to take some pitches, same with Whitney up next, and try to get something like that. Though I think Scotty's probably going to be able to field that well. Just barely made the throw to Chipper. If I had really committed to sprinting, I may have got there, but I've had trouble with stamina with a lot of these fast players, so we are going to try not to just completely tire ourselves out in the first inning. And after a couple pitches, we've got a 1-1 count for Whitney. Looked like a pretty good pitch to try to hit to the left side, but missed it. This one. I thought I had her there. Alright, well, Mariana fielding boost looked like it paid off on that one, and she completed a throw that I don't think she would have been able to normally. Bring Davy Marion to the plate with nobody on, unfortunately. Still going to be swinging power, I think. Taking that pitch. Might end up switching to line drive. Yeah. We'll switch to line drive with 2 strikes and with his speed. Puts a good swing on the ball. Looks like it's going to be in for a single. And with some more power bats after him, could be enough to score a few more runs. Well, could not. We'll be taking this first pitch. I don't think it's even worth really trying to steal on Scotty. Got to swing in between the pitch. And fouls that one off. We will also switch her to line drive in this situation. Yeah. It's a good pitch from Mariana for strike 3 that I couldn't quite get around. Couldn't quite tell if it was a ball or a strike in time, and ended up just taking it for strike 3. And that will have Marky Dubois, however you say it, on the mound for us, and Scotty Roth leading off for the Red Sox. Not too scared of Scotty as batter, but maybe he will surprise me. I think I'm just going to pepper the zone with slow balls for him. The last one was not in the zone, so 1-2 count, and hopefully one final slow ball high and inside. No, he does make contact with the ball, but looks like Marky will field it cleanly, and he does. So my first out of the inning, and that will bring up their number 2 batter, Marilyn McDonald. The Derek Jeter clone, and she puts a solid swing on the ball. And of course, I missed it with Whitney, and it bounces over the trees in left center for a ground rule double. So that was unfortunate fielding. I lined her up with a little red circle, but went right over her head. What was that? Alright. I thought I threw a pretty normal pitch with Marky, but it went very, very low. Get Timmy swinging at a low and inside right hook for strike one. I'm going to try that left hook on the outside corner again. He does swing at it and just hits a little grounder to Marky, who fields it cleanly, gets it out at first, but then Marilyn took off after that to end up with herself on third base. And we do have this kind of scary boosted Mariana at the plate. I'm not entirely sure how to pitch to her, other than carefully. Use up some stamina if I have to with good pitches in general. An inside left hook. I think she pulled it foul, thankfully. Whew. But she hit that ball really hard. And now I've got to figure out what to do. Still with 2 strikes. We're going to try a fastball. High and away. Oh, got called a ball. Yeah. It was a close one, but I'm going to come back inside with a right hook. Hopefully just catch the inside of the plate. Whew. All right, Sean made a catch for me in right field, and got out of that inning with no runs allowed, which is about all we can ask for. And we'll bring up our number 6 hitter to lead off this inning, Sean Green. I'm going to start with a power approach for him, but I'm also going to be taking at least a pitch. Got a ball inside for a 1-0 count. No. No, he's not going to make it. I should have taken that one too, I think. That's alright. Yeah, Marky hasn't really impressed me with his speed or all that much his hitting so far, even with his permanent boost, but let's see if that boost is a little more impressive in this game. Still going to be taking that one, but at this point, he pretty much has the green light to swing at a good pitch. Missed anyways. And we're going to switch to line drive with 2 strikes. And just try to make contact. He did, but right at K.O. Toole in right field. She does flub it, so we did end up with Marky reaching first base successfully. With only 1 out, I think I'm okay at least trying to make contact with Billie Jean. Definitely going to be taking a few pitches though. If she strikes out, I will not be terribly upset. Two strikes. We are going to at least try to do something helpful. And Chipper took the out at first, so we are able to advance Marky to second on basically a sacrifice. That will bring up Rafael Hendricks, who definitely has power, just got to find the right pitch to hit. Don't think that one's it. And is in fact a ball inside for 1-0 count. That one also looks like a ball. 2-0 on Rafael. One ended up outside as well. I was tempted to swing. We're going to just move the mouse all the way out of the way and not even consider swinging at that pitch. So now a 3-1 count. Didn't really like that one, low and inside, so we're taking it for now a full count. That was a nice pitch to hit, a hook over the middle of the plate, but swung too early and hit it foul. Fouls that one off as well, still a full count. Think you got all that one? Yeah, nice hit, Rafael. 2-run home run that kind of bounces over the pool in left field. Would have rather had that pool shot, but it's okay. Can't give him credit for 408 feet. Nice one. So put a couple more runs on the board and bringing up Cheryl once again at the top of the order. Let's see if she can extend that lead. I was supposed to not be swinging at the first pitch, but that high and away fastball just looked too good to be true. I fouled it off anyways. And then Mariana tried a spitball that ended up inside, and I laid off it. That was a nice pitch on the low and outside corner. Now a 1-2 count. And alright. I was a little scared based on the ball indicator, but that was low, and that looks high to me, and it was. So a full count for Cheryl. And she's going to walk. It's not super ideal, admittedly. Now with these two no-power batters coming up next, definitely don't think I'm going to get away with stealing second. I guess I can start Cheryl towards it just in case Scotty flubs the throw or yeah, we're just gonna chill. Cheryl at least made it back. Throw was gunned to Marilyn, and she made the catch and then bonked poor Chipper at first base on the throw over there to really make sure Cheryl made it back safely. And I struck out on a low pitch to Cindy, unfortunately. But we picked up 2 more from Markey reaching base and Rafael hitting a homer. And that will give us a 3-0 lead going into the bottom of the second. The Red Sox have Kay O'Toole, who's a Vladimir Guerrero clone, leading off in the inning. She has been playing amazingly for the user controller of this team. She had a 5-for-5 game last time with 2 home runs or something like that. Try a right hook on the high and outside corner to strike her out, and it worked out. Nice job from Markey for his first strikeout of the game. But that's okay because he's only allowed 1 hit as well. That brings up Anna Goudreau, I believe is how you pronounce that last name, who is a clone of Chipper Jones, who is also on this team. She is a good hitter and showed it there by crushing that hook right into the pool in left field. It's a rough one to give up on a pretty good pitch, but she definitely got all of it and scores the first run for my opponents in this one. And now I've got to try and make sure the same thing does not happen with Chipper now. Does make good contact. I'm going to get Rafael out of the way so Sean doesn't run into him, covering from right field. And it was not out of the park or anything, but it did bounce off the shed for ultimately a single. Chipper trying to steal on Lena, who I have behind the plate for myself, and didn't get even close. So I'm not sure what the AI was thinking in that scenario. I try to bunt with Jim Kiley, who is a clone of Lena, who's on my team, and they are both pretty similar to Tony Del Vecchio, based around him. And if you know who Tony is, then you know he should not be bunting. Please hit off the tree. Oh my gosh, another solo home run. Jim took me deep. That one might even be more painful, and there's even another power hitter up next, and Nikki Winston. I was kind of thinking I wasn't going to have to worry about this in this game, but turns out we just all have a ton of power. Nikki at least just hit it right to Cindy at second for the third out of the inning, but not before a couple runs from the Red Sox. We will have Whitney leading off the inning for us. Mariana's up to 45 pitches, which is pretty solid. If I can get a couple more runs as well, might be able to knock her out of the game, or off of the pitcher's mound, I guess I should say. This is backyard baseball. Nobody actually gets knocked out of the game. Has thrown 3 straight hooks, all outside the strike zone. So 3-0 count for Whitney, and definitely going to be taking that pitch. Would love to just draw the walk, honestly. Not on that one. Taking it as well. Now full count. Now I just got a swing and a strike. But that one was close, but was just off the outside corner. Another kind of wild hook from Mariana, and that let Whitney reach first base safely. Bringing up Davy Marion behind her. I immediately saw that Nikki was actually covering at second well and turned around, so no steals. We pretty much knew that anyways. Yeah, I was afraid that that was going to catch the bottom of the strike zone. Davey with a little ground ball. Whitney couldn't quite make it to second base before Mariana made the throw over there, but at least no double play. Davey made it to first safely. So I'll give him credit for a hit, though it's more like a fielder's choice. Nina's going to take that spitball that was above the strike zone for ball 1. That one is low, and we'll take that for ball 2. That was a really good pitch to hit. I was very tempted, but I'm going to take it. And not get rewarded because I hit it straight to the center fielder, who did flub the ball and not catch it on his second attempt either. He does not have much of an arm. She's not going to make it to second, though. So long, well, really an error in center field, but really a long single from Lena. And that will bring up Sean Green with 1 out and runners on first and third. Sean takes a hook low below the strike zone for ball 1. Takes a pitch pretty much right down the middle of the plate for strike 1. And I misread the location of that one pretty badly. Unfortunately, his liner went right to Nikki at second base, but I sprinted Lena back to first before it was too late. Brings up Markey now with 2 outs, and still runners on first and third. Again, with his 10 in hitting, I'm going to try a power swing. Ugh, she caught the top of the strike zone with that hook. 2 strikes on Markey is not ideal. I think that one's going foul. Yep. Gives him another shot at it, hopefully. Really like to score some runs here. Nope, struck out on a hook that actually came too far inside, but with 2 strikes, felt like I kind of had to swing at it. Yeah, no more runs picked up despite reaching base a few times and even getting lucky on some errors, unfortunately. So now we'll be back at the top of the Red Sox lineup with Scotty Roth. Whiffs at a inside slow ball for strike 1. And watches outside slow ball go by for strike 2. Try a high and inside right hook to get a strikeout. Cool. So Marky's second strikeout of the game. Bringing up the ever scary Marilyn McDonald. I was really hoping to pick up some juice from that strikeout. I'm sure I'm going to get tired. Not this inning soon enough. By me, I mean Marky. But with 2 strikes now on Marilyn. Try a low and outside heat. She fouls that one off. And come all the way across the strike zone with a left hook. She shifted into it pretty well, but just hit a grounder, and Lena was able to make the play at first for out number 2. And that will bring up Timmy Unger with no one on base at least, but doesn't mean I can take it too lightly. He whiffed, or maybe just took the first pitch for strike 1, fouled off the second pitch for strike 2. Now we're going to try a right hook all the way across the zone and pick up strike 3. So Marky's third strikeout of the game, second of the inning. And no more runs allowed, thankfully, but still only at 3 runs myself. Means got a lot of work to do. We've gotten Mariana up to 66 pitches, but they have not taken her out of the game yet. We've got Billie Jean Blackwood leading off the inning. I'd love to be able to take a walk, but with her large strike zone, it's not easy. Instead, she hits it right to Scotty, who's going to gun it over to Chipper for the first out. That was, about what we were really expecting to happen, but obviously not ideal. Rafael up with nobody on this time, hit a home run, his first time at the plate. Mariana catching the low and outside corner with that hook for strike 1. Rafael lines a sharp one to Kay in right field. She does not make the catch, but Timmy was standing right there for some reason and was able to make the throw to first in time to catch the slow Rafael for out number 2. Cheryl is going to take strike 1 on the inner third of the strike zone. I knew it was a strike, so I figured I might as well swing, but obviously no real benefit from getting a hit off of a power-up pitch in this format. Cheryl pops it real high, right at Mariana though, and she makes the catch. Still no more runs on the board for us, unfortunately. Not looking great with only 2 more chances at the plate. Maybe still don't have the optimal lineup for this squad. Definitely got some good hitters. I mean, we've blasted a couple out, just not enough on base when we did. Just scared to pitch to a lot of this Red Sox team, but did manage a couple quick outs. So this is now their previous home run hitter, Anna Goodrow. up with 2 outs and nobody on, thankfully. We'll hopefully manage to get her out this time around. Marky's throwing good pitches. And pops it up. And it might have been a foul ball, but I ran over there with Lena to make the catch. And that will put the Red Sox down 1-2-3 at least. This has been a tough team to get hits against for Cindy, but she's up to try it again. Gonna watch strike one go by on the low and inside corner, or low and outside corner. And foul off. Second pitch to go down 0-2. That one hooked too far inside for ball one. That one also hooked too far inside. Now 2-2 on Cindy. Cindy fouls that one off. Mariana now up to 78 pitches. That was a ball. Dang it. Mariana is fooling me with some of these hooks. Don't want to go down on strikes looking, but swinging at a ball is also pretty awful. Whitney was able to hit a grounder just far enough away from Mariana to beat the throw over to first for our first base runner of the inning. So 1 out and 1 on for Davey. Just gonna take the first pitch for the strike, and then I got Whitney caught going like partway to second. She fell down on her way back, and Chipper made the tag at first base. Just boneheaded mistakes, especially if Davey does that. Is that out? Just barely out for Davey. Should have been a 2-run home run if I hadn't done what I did. The ball actually ended up back in the field of play after bouncing off the shed, but not quite on the same level as the Lindsay home run. Looks like it's going to be a game of home runs or nothing. Maybe this will finally knock Mariana out of the game and we'll get to take advantage of some of their pitching. No, she is still going. Alright. I don't think I've ever really seen an AI pitcher take this much punishment. We know it's just a ground ball right to her, so it's going to be the 3rd out of the inning. I'm not kind of feeling like that 1 run I messed up on by that failed stolen base opportunity is not going to come back to bite me, because the Red Sox have been putting up much better scores than this, and this has been about my weakest effort. But now it's just about finishing out the game, trying not to allow any more runs, and hopefully score a couple more in the bottom, or the top of the 6th, I mean. Markey picking up his 4th strikeout. Quick 3 pitches to Chipper, bringing up one of the home run threats of the game, Jim Kiley. Jim takes strike 1 on a right hook, low and inside. And gets a left hook, low and outside by Jim as well. Try a high and inside heat and pick up the strikeout. So it's now 5 for Markey. I thought we were finally kind of past all of their good hitters, but got about good old Nikki playing second base for them. And definitely scared of what his power can do as much as any of these other batters. But on a grounder to the infield, we're not too concerned about him reaching safely, and he does not, in fact, reach safely. So, other than those 2 solo homers in the second, we've at least managed to limit their offense, but we are definitely struggling to put runs of our own on the board at Steel Stadium. And Sean is going to take that corkscrew pitch down the middle for strike 1, just because it was a power-up pitch and not much reason to swing at it. Oh, she caught the high and outside corner of the plate with that one, unfortunately, as well. Quick 2 strikes on Sean. Did throw another power-up pitch, a crazy ball, below the strike zone for ball 1. Sean fouls off her 4th pitch of the at-bat, staying at 1 and 2. And then hits a grounder at Chipper Fields. And I could not sprint quickly enough with Sean to reach base. So our first out of the inning, Mariana still on the mound. I've tried being patient at the plate, and it's really just bitten me in the butt. Mariana has thrown a lot of pitches, but it just doesn't matter. I've had to try to sprint with Marky. His big boosted day doesn't seem to be doing too much for his bat, as we haven't made any better contact than usual with it. Mariana's up at 92 pitches, but it's probably not going to break 100 when it's just Billie Jean up. She does make contact, but it looks like Chipper is going to field the ball and get there. So just 4 runs on the board, only on 8 hits too. Not like I had a ton of extra scoring opportunities. Might be back to the drawing board with how to try to set up this lineup better. Definitely a fearsome defense though from the Red Sox. You know, really wanted to score more runs obviously, but wasn't meant to be in this one. I'm just kind of praying to not give up any more runs and at least walk out of here with a win versus the AI. Definitely player of the game is Mariana for just not coming out of the game, minimizing the damage, throwing close to 100 pitches, and never having to come out and mess up the Red Sox defense, and being a better part of their defense with her, looked to be a little bit better of a throwing arm. That her boosted bat never really materialized, but yeah, just kind of going through the motions with the last few, hopefully last batter in general here. Yeah, to me with just a bunt towards Marky that he throws over to Billie Jean for the final out. Definitely a disappointing 4-2 victory on my side. I still haven't shown that I belong in the backyard at all, but we'll hope to continue figuring out how to score this team and put up some more runs as we go. I like the kind of patient approach at the plate, but didn't really have the speed to take advantage of it, and their defense was rock solid. And that's going to be it for me for this one. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.